You guys getting any sound? I hope the sound works. Tristan, Kaleidoscope. Is there anybody in here? Anybody out there in here? Ruth, Island Girl, Gary Wing, Kaleidoscope. Wow, man. So we're making the move from the peace flag to the esrog trees behind me. They needed to come in. You could see they're like a little bit freaked out by the cold. Hey, Raven. Hey, Shirley Q. Mar, Spiritual Being. I just want to give a shout out to Spiritual Being. I tried their Dominican Republic rocks, honey process, man. This will curl your toes. I'm drinking some right now. It's sustaining me in the darkness. But anyway, Spiritual Being Coffee. I hope you're posting on the Brian. I hope you're posting on the Prosperity channel, on our Prosperity channel, and I'll put you on the. I mean, you're becoming like but I want you to make. I hope you're making money. Please don't send me coffee if it's not working for you. But I would love to post your just because you did it so selfishly. You just sent me stuff. You didn't really ask for anything, and I will list you in the show more if that helps you. Just send me the link. I know you probably already did, but I'm like in the middle of I'm like doing way more things than a human should. But that's just the way I like it. I like to be totally busy. When I first went to yeshiva, I was in my 40s and I wanted to go and find out how to be religious. The Rosh Yeshiva, the head of the yeshiva, very important person. They're very humble guys. And he was kind of a funny looking guy. I mean, he was like very tall and thin and just not the kind of, he didn't look like the kind of rabbi that you would think would be, the head of the yeshiva, of this particular yeshiva. And it was yeshiva for people like myself that were coming to become religious later in life, or that they didn't grow up with in an Orthodox community or a Hasidic community. And they were coming to check it out. So he said, and I just think this is like one of the best things that I've ever heard. He said, it's not that we don't want to sin. He said, we just don't have time. And that's I am completely busy 24/7. And, my mom is like, good. She says just stay busy because she knows how much trouble I can get into. But yeah, so it's not that we don't want to sin. I mean, listen, it's in our hearts. We want to do wild stuff, but you got to be busy. You got to keep yourself busy so you can stay. Or I have to keep myself busy so I can stay out of trouble. I still manage to get into trouble. I mean, I still have my whatever. Anyway, so hey Rick, hey 616, hey Petra, Abri, Rhonda, Carol, Rick S, man. Okay, we got our wrenches. So this is our new channel for live meetings, and then I have another channel, and I hope it lasts. I have a strike already on that channel, so it's that's why I'm trying to build up this channel. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, and hopefully they'll send you notices when we're meeting. I mean, we're in the final stages of this battle, and I think the White Hats are in control. I don't know why they struck down the video they did. I was trying to make peace between Jews and Christians. I mean, it doesn't really make sense that this would be offensive to anybody, but heck, I mean, what do I know? Right, it's not human. It's not humans that attack me. It's the robots. Beep beep beep. Ooh, ooh, it's from. I don't like the sound of that. Beep 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 beep. Emergency. They all have their little communication skills, beep, beep, beep. Alert system 1, come in. Any other Raisinets out there in the stream? I think we got one. I found this guy Weber, man. He's putting out information that doesn't fit the community guidelines. And he didn't do his homework either. There are all kinds of people. There, like, there's a whole troop. There's troops and troops of people that just love to criticize others. It's like, he did it wrong. Yeah, robots cause so much havoc. It's really, yeah. That's real, but it's really not. It's not a surprise, because according to Ishmael Peres, the real war is AI against humans, and they want to make us like part of them, but we aren't buying it. I don't want to be a Raisinets coursing through the stream of YouTube disciplinary action, finding people that are outside the community guidelines to alert my other AI being friends that there's one who isn't doing what we're told. And so we as humans, we don't want to be like them. We don't want to like sit here in judgment of our fellow beings, because we know, just like the Rosh Yeshiva said, it's not that we don't want to sin, it's just we're busy, we don't have time. Of course we want to do like weird stuff, so organic ascension is the only way, I think. So yeah, absolutely. So give kaleidoscope, yeah, okay, kaleidoscope, I'll give you a wrench. I saw you in the beginning. Okay, we got her. Her or him. Okay, I'm gonna push this up so I can get some intel. Okay, I'm gonna put my 3 fingers. If you have a Mac, just put 3. I learned this just a few months ago, and then I'm gonna put on Telegram. Join the 2. And back we are. Okay, so now I have split screen and I have Telegram, and we're good to go. We're back in schedule, man. I put out a video on my regular channel. We're in Parshas Toldos. We're in the Torah portion called Toldos, which means generations, and it's the generations of Isaac, of Yitzhak. What is this? I really should just redo this whole thing. I'm gonna just read parts of it, but this thing is so brilliant, and it says that when the well springs of Chassidus, when people understand Chassidus, then Mashiach will be here. And I don't know if you were following me, but last week I found this thing that said Mashiach, the Messiah, has to be a couple. I mean, there was a rabbi who gave like an hour-long discourse on this. I don't know if I think I shared it on the Intel channels, but there was a rabbi who said, just like Adam and Eve got into trouble, it has to be a couple. It has to come from men and women. It has to be a male and a female couple. I think that's such a cool idea, man. Makes sense. Totally makes sense to me. I mean, the Rebbe was all about his wife. I mean, and they were all. Anyway, so that's another thing. But this is just such a brilliant thing, and I'm going to try to summarize it. But really, the way they put it is just so beautiful. So you're going to get this is straight out Hasidus, and it just shows you, like, I'll just read it. The 6th section of the book of Genesis describes the history, Toldos in Hebrew, of Isaac and the birth of his sons, the righteous Jacob and the wicked Esav. The narrative then follows Isaac to Philistia, I guess Philistine, focusing on his curious project of digging wells, man. He was a digger. Isaac dug wells. I mean, it's like, And also, I learned in Tanya today, it says, when you sit and learn something out of the Testament, out of the Old Testament, out of the Torah, again, let me just, I'm just giving you some quick reading, then we'll go into intel. We did a lot of intel last night, but I just, this stuff is just so striking today that, I read this mystic, before I make my videos, I read from these mystic passages from Tanya. It's called Tanya. But in the first, this is the first section of like, other sayings from the Rebbe. And it says, the story in the Torah is not just history. It contains towers and towers of meaning. And in the section, it says, when you're learning a story from Torah, and now Torah is in all three major religions. All three religions start with the book of Genesis: Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. I hate to say Jew because there's no J in Hebrew, so it's really Yiddishkeit. Yid. There's a Yud. But the three religions start with the same book, Genesis, and they all start with the story of Adam and Eve and the fall of man by the reptiles, man, the lizzie bees. I don't want to say a curse word. The lizzie bees. Okay, so but it says that when you're sitting and learning, you're kind of like Isaac. You're digging wells, and the one above is learning with you. It's like you create this communication, and that's why, like, for me, I pronouncing the words in my kind of not very adept fashion of pronouncing Hebrew makes a connection, even if I don't understand the words. There's the letters are very holy, and they bring down this communication from above. So with that said, although Isaac is Abraham's heir and successor, the picture the Torah presents of Isaac seems the antithesis of what we know about Abraham. So what they're saying here is that Abraham was all about spreading the light to people. He would just, like, everybody was invited into his tent. He would tell them about the one God and not to worship idols and all this stuff. And he had a tremendous following. But they're saying that he it didn't really last. Like, the people would, like, okay, man, a free meal, it's kind of like like the Hare Krishnas, they got, when I used to go to rainbow gatherings, the Hare Krishna had the good food and the nice looking girls. So I would always, I'd be like, yeah, let's Hare, man. Let's hang, man. So, like, everyone wanted to party with Abraham. He had, like, good stuff. He was a rich dude, and he had a lot of food, and, and he would tell them about godliness, but it didn't necessarily make the connection. But with Yitzhak, and this is the way Hasidus interprets things. It's really mind boggling. Yitzhak is the idea of digging wells. What does that mean? It means that we have a natural well. We have a living well inside of it. It's called God. And he removes all the dirt so that you can see the godliness, so you can experience the godliness one-on-one. And this is a deeper way. It's more, those of you who know Hasidus know little Kabbalah. It's more on the side of Gevurah. It's more on the side of strictness than love. Abraham was all about love. Let's all kumbaya. Let's have a meal together. Hare. And you had Sarah in his tent, man. Sarah was hot. Sarah was okay. I'm normal, right? I'm trying my best. Anyway, Sarah was a very nice looking, but okay, forget it. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, Abraham was all about, spreading the word, but Yitzhak was on the side of strictness. Yitzhak was about removing the obstacles to godliness. Like, for me, one of those things was not drinking spirits. Even though spirits, when I drank, I was heavily connected to godliness. I love drinking. I mean, I love, my best friend still cries that we don't get to drink together. but I have to clear out the schmutz in order to connect to my godliness, to my inner purpose, and it really worked for me. I mean, like this is my godly purpose is doing this, is having meetings with the Kabbalah Guru family, and so I had to be like a little bit like Isaac, even though it goes against my nature, because I'm really more like Abraham. I'm really like I just want to be nice to people. I don't want to like stir the pot. I'm kind of lazy that way. You know, my grandfather was that way. He was just like a sweetheart. And he was a very successful businessman, but his partner like stole his whole fortune away from him because he was so sweet. And that happens, it happens. There are other reasons, probably Lamila, probably, because whatever, there could be religion, whatever. Anyway, the idea of digging wells, of clearing out the obstacles to perceiving godliness. And it's not like my friend said, the Rosh Hashiva said, it's not that, you're really not bad. This whole thing, like, I'm a sinner, I sinned. I mean, that whole line doesn't really work on our generation because we're not that strong. We're not the type of people that should sit and fast all day, like David Amelech, King David. He fasted all the time. He punished his body. He broke himself, even though he had 18 wives, and he got to hang out with Avishag. Man, she was like the best looking girl in all of Israel. I can only imagine what she looked like. But I don't want to think about these things. But he was cold at the end. He needed Avishag to warm him up. He needed a virgin to warm him up. Why was he cold? Because I'm doing a little bit of Chassidus today. There's the Indian of running and returning. There's the idea of running to be with God, and then there's the idea of like returning to source, to your inner, just fortify yourself. So they said that David Hamelech, King David, did so much fasting and returning. He did so much like defensive work on himself, like punishing his body, and you know that he was cold at the end, because you get warm by running to God. That brings you warmth, that brings you strength and warmth and love, and all the beautiful passionate feelings. And so that's why he was cold, and he had to get a beautiful virgin, Avishag, to warm him up. Doesn't sound so bad, right? He didn't want to marry her because he already had 18 wives. He could have divorced one of his wives, but kings are only allowed to have 18 wives. So he was like, he kept it. He wanted to go by the book. He only wanted 18. I mean, for me, like one is probably more than I can handle, but he needed 18. I don't know why. But anyway, so that's the idea of running and returning, and the idea of being like Abraham, being a kind person, doing good things, giving charity. That's what's going to redeem us. But at the same time, we have to remove the covering, the bris, the circumcision it has to be removed so you're not completely immersed in erotic thoughts. I guess that's the idea. And the sun is also getting what they're saying, the sun is getting a bris as well. The covering around the sun in the era of Mashiach is being removed, meaning we're having solar flares. The outer covering of the sun, the protective shield, is gone. So great revelations of light are coming to the planet. They're saying, I saw a post this morning that we won't need the beds because these solar flares are going to heal us. The solar flares heal the righteous. The sun heals the righteous. It drives the wicked into the clefts of rock. They cannot handle the sun. The evil ones are burnt by the sun. It's not for them. So this is just, Isaac understood that as revolutionary as Abraham work was, it was by nature a limited effect. This is just so brilliant. This is written by a rabbi in California. I think and his crew. The method of disseminating divine consciousness was to spread it to everyone, to reach the widest possible audience by making no prior demands on the listeners. But Isaac, this is a beautiful thing, but Isaac said, no, you got to do your own research. You got to do it for yourself. I can't give it to you. You got to do it yourself. You have to see, you have to open your eyes and experience the emergency alert system, which is right in front of us. You don't need the official. I want the official version. I don't want the bootleg one. I want the real one. We're doing our own, man. We got to be like Yitzhak. We got to wake up ourselves. It's all about us, humanity. We don't need to wake up the white hats. We don't need to wake up the governments. We don't need to wake up the elites. They're not waking up. They're done. They're toast. We need to wake up ourselves. I need to wake up myself. I'm not talking about you guys. I have enough issues. I don't need to talk about anybody else. I mean, all these preachers, man, they're like, you guys, I'm just like, that sets them up for failure, because if you point the finger that way, then God's going to be like, yeah, but how many Cadillacs do you have? It's just like, I'm just saying they're setting themselves up. I got to look at myself. I'm just saying, I need to open my eyes and see that the Messiah is here, that all religions are going to be as one in the future. Meaning you can still you can still love Jesus. You can still love, Allah or whatever it is, you still love Hashem, you still do it in your way. But at the end of the day, man, we can't be fighting anymore. We can't, because the enemy is too dangerous and too clever, and we need to point him out. And the devil, the angel, the bad guys have divided us. They divide and conquer. We are fruitful and multiply and unified. That's what this is all about, unified. Check out Unified Jason Shirka's channel. If you use my link, I get paid for that. So that's good. That's good for us. But unified, the whole idea is to and I like unifying with other people. I like working with others. I don't want to have to do this myself. I like the fact that this is a family situation. This morning I said, welcome to my channel. My videos. That was a mistake. It's our videos. It's our family. It's our, it's not about any person. It's not about me for sure. It's about us. It's about everyone taking responsibility. And by the way, I just want to give huge shout out and kudos. I found out this morning from one of the Kabbalah Guru family members that we made two couples have come together from associations on the family. And that is huge, man. That's huge. That means people are coming together, and we're like-minded people. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to fight off a person and say, well, I believe this, and then they're like, no, that's crazy. You don't have to. Everybody here, we're all star seeds, and we all understand. We understand the feeling. I have the feeling, a very strong feeling. I am not I'm not in the place in the world that I should be in. I've always had that feeling since I was a little kid. I want to go home, and I do want to go home. Who feels that? I don't know. Starseeds feel that, apparently. I read on the list of starseed. That's one of the big starseed things. I'm always saying, I'm ready to go home, man. I did this, and being here with you guys is kind of like being home. It's when you go to a rainbow gathering, they always say, welcome home. And it feels that way. Rainbow gatherings are really cool, man. Like I said, all the Hare Krishnas they got. There are a lot of nice things to see at rainbow gatherings. There's a lot of stuff to do. I actually ended up hanging out with a family there. I met a family from Mississippi, from Memphis, actually a Jewish guy. And I ended up tagging along with his family. And I visited him in Memphis a few times, and I got to sample some of the things that he grew. You know, in those days, I mean, he had a freezer full of buds with seeds, so you would like say, let me try that one, and he'd give you the seeds so you could grow it yourself. It's all about seeding, man. It's all about being fruitful and multiplying. And that's what this is all about. We don't have to look at ourselves and beat ourselves up anymore. That's what the Kabbalah has taught us to do. It's over. Um, yeah, spiritual being, man, I'm telling you, this stuff rocks. Why am I ranting right now? Because of Dominican Republic honey process, man. This stuff, I mean, spiritual being, you can see it's empty now. I mean, because I'm enjoying the effects of, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't even womanize really. I don't do anything. I just make videos, basically. So I like coffee and chocolate. I mean, it's my thing. Okay, so that's it. So that's the little bit of like sort of preaching, you would call it preaching. Let me just see if there's anything else. In this regard, Isaac, this is the message Isaac communicated by digging wells. As opposed to filling a pit with water brought from elsewhere, digging a well reveals an already existing source of water merely concealed beneath layers of earth. If Abraham's message was, come, revive your minds with the refreshing water of divine consciousness, Isaac's message was, now that you have been revived, look for your own source of water. Dig away all the dirt, and you will reveal within yourself a wellspring of divine awareness that will quench your thirst your whole lifetime. In this regard, Isaac was the perfect model for humanity. We find him meditating in the field, shunning superficial conflict with his neighbors. I mean, why argue over something? It just doesn't matter. And always focusing inward, always look at myself. He reached a spiritual perfection so radiant that it, coupled with his material success, drew others to him instinctively. He had no need to seek disciples. Disciples sought him. This is why the Parsha is called Toldos, which means descendants, generations. All the central personalities of Genesis had descendants. And the Torah seems fit to enumerate them. There are endless, there are a lot of names in Genesis, all the names, right? Throughout the Bible, there's a bunch of names. If you need to name a kid, man, there's no shortage of names in the Bible. Yet it is only the chronicles of Isaac's lifetime that is entitled Toldos. For only Isaac embodied the approach that ensures lasting results, that produces disciples, spiritual children, capable of standing on their own. That's what this is all about. That's what the Great Awakening is about. It's not about if only those normies would wake up. Just be yourself. Just radiate with light. Like I said, the best weapon, man, the ultimate weapon is a smile on your face, man. Nothing is so penetrating as a beautiful smile. I mean, when you see a person smiling, you go to the grocery store, this guy's smiling. It's like, it might annoy you. If it annoys you, you got to think, why am I annoyed? I should be happy. But it could be also when he smiles, and especially if he smiles at you, you feel, wow, man, yeah, I should be happy. There's so much to be grateful for. I'm in a supermarket, for God's sakes. I could eat anything I could even think of in a supermarket, especially a kosher supermarket. It's like, wow, man, they got 5 different kinds of sardines. I got 30 different kinds of chips. What the Lord is my shepherd; I shall not lack. I mean, I happen to love supermarkets because it's all out in the open, man. It's bounty. I mean, yeah, granted now it's so expensive you can't even buy stuff, but it is there. I think that's going to change soon. I think these bad boys are coming down. So now let's get to some intel. I saw a video about the congressmen that are starting to investigate, and they said, we have something that you probably haven't heard of before. Evidence. They have evidence about all the wrongdoings that have been done to us. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go to the intel. Let's go to my main channel, to the channel that I look to first, which is Tyranny. And let's see if I can move this. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Let's go back to the bottom. The new stuff. This guy posts a lot. So there's a post from Dan Scavino. I don't know if the American Home. Let me just see what it is. It's a picture of. I'm going to put it on the Intel post so you can see it on KGF Intel posts on Telegram, or you could see it on my channel. Gosh. Yeah. My channel. Okay. Kabbalah Guru. It's either Kabbalah Guru or the other channel. And it has a picture of American Home, and it's like an old TV set, and they're watching Mr. T on TV. What I learned, we can't be the only one living beings in God's creation. This is the president that was shot in 1963. Ich gelernt habe. It's almost like Yiddish. What I learned, thinking back, Phil Schneider, the veteran military engineer that got murdered later after exposing of the events on the battle with the Greys in the Dulce subterranean military base. Of course, the flying saucers are real, and they are interplanetary. Okay, so I'm going to put that on our chats too. Kabbalah Guru and KGF Intel. And I put a picture of a big spaceship over the CERN project. It's the 20th day of 11/22. Good morning, Patriots. There's a TikTok. I'll also put this up. Oh, that's a cool picture. I like it. Oh, they're showing an avalanche, D-5. Whoa, man. You got to see. I'm going to post this. This is awesome. Wow. You got to see this. Okay, so I'm going to post that on the Intel channels. What an avalanche looks like. It is unfriggin' believable. This is D-5, man. This is the flood. Trickle flood. Wow, man. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, you'll have to see it on the Intel channels. Then, good morning, Patriots. It's the 20th day of 11/22. Right, 2022. So 11/20/2022, and there's a TikTok of a whale jumping out of the water. Some biblical messianic stuff going on in Israel the past couple of days. I'm just going to look at this. This is from Vincent Kennedy. Okay, I don't know what he's referring to, but I'm going to post that. You guys we'll all do our own research. Some biblical stuff going on. Fully operation. Oh, I think you'll find T's Twitter account fully operational. That's interesting. I don't know what that's a reference to, but there's like a funny looking guy. I'm also going to post that. Republican. They're showing pictures of Mr. T dancing. And they're showing the difference between Republicans joyfully dancing and the woke people crying. I mean, it's pretty obvious which is what's good and what's not. Elon Musk account suspended. There's a picture that says account is suspended, but I think I think they're showing that's an old post from his first tweet back on Twitter. I don't know if that happened. I don't know if I'm gonna post this on the Intel channels too. By the way, guys, I love you. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy I get to do this. I'm so happy that somebody would actually listen to me. This is unbelievable. How could I not be incredibly grateful? Besides the fact that they have all 30 different kinds of chips in the supermarket. I mean, talk about gratitude, man. I don't have to have sinful thoughts all day just to get through the day, man. I got stuff to do now. I don't, like my rabbi said, it's not that we don't want to sin, so we don't have time. I love being busy. My mom is like, you better stay busy, man, because she knows I could be a, hell on wheels, man. I think we're probably all like that. But anyway, I don't want to talk for you guys. Here's something from Mr. T. They're showing all the libs crying. Poor things. Hopefully the DA and jury will see that the T family got no economic gain from the acts done in the executive historically never tried fringe benefit case in Manhattan. Okay, so this is just silliness. Okay, silliness. Certain international businessmen. This is from, I don't know if this is from Truth Social, but it says certain international businessmen will never endorse me because I'm for America first, they're for China first. Likewise, rhino losers like Karl Rove, a money-grabbing machine who does nothing for the good of the Republican Party. It's not their America first. It's not for them and never will be. Make America great again. Okay, I think we saw. Oh, what is this? There's a picture now. I'll post this first and then I'll look at it. It's a picture of a really cool building. I love this architecture. Saudi Arabia USD 900 billion development plan. That is, it is beautiful. Epic Qiddiya project appoints HTMI Saudi Arabia. You have to see this. See, we are coming into this great awakening. We're going to have cities that are beautiful, that don't burn fossil fuels, that everybody has what they need. And it's just like, you don't need stuff so much. You don't need to, have all this, you can work on what you really want to work on, whatever that is. You could pick up your guitar, you could design beautiful cities. You have to see this. I posted it. It's awesome. There's also something called the line. They're doing this line through this Sahara desert, I believe. It's like 500 miles and like 50 yards high or something. And it's just a city with trees and no cars. It's just beautiful. I really like this. I think the architecture really reflects the civilization, and our architecture is, when even when you look at the houses that are designed today with the great rooms, and they're really beautiful, but they're not they're still like, we're using, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, as a builder, I'm not impressed that we're still using the same basic plans that we've been using for hundreds of years. Maybe not hundreds of years. I think there was a Tartarian empire here that really had cool buildings. You could see them around Brooklyn, a lot of. Ooh, that was Dominican Republic. Honey process, man. Spiritual being. Awesome stuff. I also I used a wand on it. I'm getting into this like these healing wands. But you can I'm sorry, somebody really gets offended when I blow my nose. I'm sorry. I know I got a couple of Gmails. I'm really sorry. But I don't know how to. Maybe I should leave the scene for a second. I'll do that next time. But anyway, a friend of mine is turning me on to this healing wand, and I'll give you more information as it comes forth. But right now, I'm just using it to energize my water, and I used it on the coffee. I'm interested. It tastes like really kind of like smooth because it doesn't have the bite of the water. Anyway, the left on Twitter. Let's see what this is. The left on Twitter is all about. I don't want to say it. Bots deactivated upon arrival. Keep up the good fight. It's spreading, and I know a lot of the admin here are fighting bots all day long. 665-666. Keep up the good fight. It's spreading. Today's 5-year delta. Bots deactivated upon arrival. As we said, Elon's Twitter poll was a honey trap. Ah, he had it. That is interesting. He got all the bots to come out probably against Mr. T, and then he just took him out, took him down. This day, the International Military Tribunal commenced the Nuremberg trials. Almost all the leadership of them were brought to justice. The accusations were divided into 3 groups: crimes against peace, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. Over 400 public trials have been carried out. The verdict was pronounced on the 30th of September to the 1st of October 1946. The International Military Tribunal found almost all the defendants guilty of conspiracy, but so saying the 20th of November 1945 was the International Military Tribunal commenced, but we all know they didn't really execute many people. These guys got away with it, and they established themselves here. What is this thing? Lots of snow, I guess, in Buffalo. Yes, snow in Buffalo. Here we go. Here's a real calm. Okay, this is from our friend 17. There is going to be, is it from 17? Hold on, let me check before I say that. No, this is from, I don't know what it's from. It's a forwarded message. There is going to be a big biblical scenario where they make out like it's World War III, but really they're activating militaries, then bombing all of these satanic Luciferian landmarks, enacting Gesara funds, and we, the people, rebuild. Will be fruitful and multiply. Got that? Everybody got that? It's happening, man. The event, it is biblical. What are some of these very big satanic Illuminati landmarks in the world? 17 showed us to them. The Vatican, Buckingham Palace, the White House times 2, USA and Germany, the 3GD in China, CERN on the Swiss-French border, possible, Big Pharma in Wuhan. The Israel Khazarians control the CCP. This is not the Jews. It's not the same thing. These are the elites. Okay, we are not, Ashkenazi Jews are not Khazarian mafia. We've established that. 34 satanic buildings and dams will fall, rods of God, direct energy weapons worldwide, Planes and trains. This is an old post. Planes and trains grounded. I think this is 17. Lights, power switched off. Change over to Tesla free energy. Bitcoin servers, data center hit and turned off for good. 99.5 of crypto going. China coins enter ISO 222. Coins backed by precious metals. World War III scare event, nuke sirens, water event, stock market crash, global martial law, Castle Rock scenario with Julian Assange, quantum systems, Project Odom switched on, Nasara Jassara RV, election flipping via military courts, FISA, military tribunals confessions, 10-day movie, 3 times 8-hour sessions. Those are the movies that are going to explain what's going on. 10 countries will be running EBS to cover the whole world. Reveals, inauguration. I can't pronounce it. The Israeli Mossad control the world's media out of the US. Attached is 17 post 1871 outlining this. Project Odin, as mentioned by Ron Code Monkey Z, is a powerful anti-deplatforming tool. Project Odin is part of the Quantum Starlink. Our new quantum systems are to be projected by secret space programs out of the Kabbalah's reach. 172337, is that the same number? No, they're two different numbers. You guys want me to look them up? I can look them up. Let's look them up. Let's be thorough. Let's do our research. Okay, let's do our research. Stay on top. And listen, any of you, we can all do this. It's not just me. And all you have to do is put in, to go to Google and go QPOST, post, and then we're going to go to, let's go to the first one first. 1871. I shouldn't say that number. That's a bad number for a little. Okay, this is the picture. This is the classic picture. I don't know if you can see that. They have this thing, the MOS is on top, the MOS, the intelligence agency, and then alternate plus U.S. media, U.S. politicians. And then there are two things: those who scream the loudest, find the connections, marching to the same beat, coincidence, logical thinking. There was an explanation of this post recently. I don't quite remember what it was, but let me just look at the other post. The other post is 2337. 2337. Media assets will be removed. Okay. Media assets will be removed. I don't know what's going to happen to my channel. That's why I'm trying to find other ways to make a little bit of money so I can keep my my cool pad, make more videos. I make videos, whether, whatever happens. I'm always going to post on Rumble. Always. I've never had a problem with Rumble. And I will always continue to post on Rumble. And I will also try to find new ways to post. Like, this is me. I want to get as many subscribers on this channel as I can, because I have a strike on the other channel, and hope, I have 50,000 people over there. If I can get a good wave of people to come and subscribe to this channel. Also, Gila has the same situation. Her first channel was taken down. So go to the show more below and subscribe to her second channel. That way we can continue bringing you the news from two religious Jewish souls. Um, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to even think about Gila, but she's um, she's awesome. She's just like pure. I mean, I'm not on her level. I have like, I have issues, but she's steady as a rock, man. She knows what she's about. She's good to go. Um, okay, so let's keep going. So the Mossad, yeah, Project Odin, Mossad assets will be removed. Think people like Alex Jones, Anderson Cooper, and also the satellites, Israeli intelligence stand down. This is an old post, but it's an oldie but a goodie. The part of 2527 tells you that something powerful is going to knock out the satellites. This will black out the media worldwide, switch us over to quantum systems. This is Project Odin. All in all, give the reason to activate the military EBS. Now it's called EAS, Emergency Alert System. If you look up the Turksat rocket that launched from the USA in January, you will see that it was specifically for military comms to people's TV radios in Africa, Middle East, Europe, and Central Asia. The event has many facets to it. The worldwide blackout to change over to Tesla energy, knocking out media satellites, QFS, rods of God on dams, 34 buildings, and much more. 34 buildings will be in the event. They are very significant. We already went through this. Okay. Swapping from the R kids, the Roth kids, central bank notes to rainbow treasury notes. They're now called the US notes, right? Are we comfy or are we a little scared? It's a bit normal to be both. Mr. T keeps his promises. Have faith in the Lord our God. He will comfort you through the storm. Blackout necessary. Have a look at all the global military exercise being put into place, and you'll know that the fact that Jisara military law has been in place, the secret tribunals, confessions, the executions, and like all militaries normally do, they will help build new things. Remember what I said from last night. That my friend Yosef, who has special issues, his special needs, but he's a very pure, very high soul. He said, Friday is Black Friday. He says the blackout's coming. Let's hope he's right. I don't know. Yeah, isn't that on Thanksgiving? That is Friday. Maybe he's he's definitely more. If you know any kids that are special needs, they are connected, man. They go direct. I mean, we can learn from them. That's what I always, I was a special needs teacher for 5 years, and I was always like, you got to listen to these kids. And the administrators were like, no, 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 no. You got to teach them. You got to make them feel uncomfortable. In order to teach a person, you have to make them squirm. You have to make them scared of you. I'm like, really? Is that really what teaching is? I don't think so. I don't think, order in the classroom. You're going to pass forth those homework assignments in under 31 seconds. What? You didn't do your homework? It's 29 kids. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I mean, this is really education, really? Or is this indoctrination? Anyway, so excuse my little outbursts of anger towards the teaching system. I did 20 years, man. I have the right I have the scars to prove it. I said the new stock market is going to be built on Stellar. I don't like to really post these because you have to make your own decision, but they're calling it the people's market. The current stock markets are being brought down because they launder the little ones. The stock market is heavily corrupt and manipulated. So the new stock market, I hope I end up with one after this event because IOTA is going to blow minds. It will be part of the cancer cures linked to irradium. Instead of using the bad, it will be used the right way. I'm not an investment advisor. I continue to stack Stellar. Just saying, I lost my XRP. I know everyone's hot on XRP, and I have a little bit of XRP too, but at 8-9 cents, just saying, man. I mean, and I stash them on Lobster. I probably should stash them on I do stash some things, but you should have them on I know that's the right way to do things. I'll get what Gil will help me put everything on a cold wallet, but yeah, you should be getting off the I don't know. I'm not a crypto guy. I am a crypto guy, but I'm not a crypto guy. You have to make your own decision. Silver's good. Gold is good. People, we need to wake up. Everything is changing. Not financial advice. I am posting this video for entertainment purposes only, right? That's what they all say. Okay, this is a 17 post, and it says there are clues in the title. Okay, I'm gonna read this. Let me just see. The swamp runs deep. Sometimes you cannot tell people the truth. You have to show them. Only then, at the precipice, will people find the will to change, to participate. We, the people, have been betrayed for a very long time. Will you stand for God and country, for freedom, for humanity? Where we go one, we go all. And I said in my video today, my short video, the storm is upon us, meaning we are the storm. We don't have to wait. You are a force of nature that cannot be stopped. And U.S. is also the United States. I mean, the storm is upon us. We are like Yitzhak. We are like digging our own wells. We are removing the schmutz, the dirt from ourselves, the bad habits, the desires that are not healthy for us. We're removing all this one piece at a time, one day at a time, and we're walking into the idea that, I may still want things that are not good for me, but I don't have time because I'm fruitful and multiplying. I'm busy. I'm too busy, right? I don't think I'm going to hear any fire engines where I'm going. I don't think so, because I'll be kind of removed. But anyway, remember I said, okay, wait, let me just read the rest of the post. Many choose the path of least resistance. For many, you cannot tell them the truth. You must show them. Only at the precipice will people find the will, the strength to change and break the system of control. We have to do it ourselves. Nobody can give it to us. We have to be like Yitzhak and dig the wells, man. Clear away the schmutz. Go direct, free your own inner well. I see it's 12 o'clock. Okay, remember I said Jasara comes at the end of destruction. The clues are in the title. Global Economic Security and Reformation Act. I have told you lots of bombings, things are going to blow up, and we the people will rebuild. Hence why I say Humpty Dumpty. Number 34. Everything, I'll get to that in a minute. Everything is being destroyed, all null and void from the date in the 1800s. I'm not going to say it out loud. Illegal and unconstitutional, like the IR, I put a post on the Intel channels that a guy from that department said he could not find a law that says it's mandatory. There is no law, apparently. It's voluntary. Everything is being destroyed, right? Think global stock markets, Wall Street, think castles, White House buildings on ley lines, satanic buildings, global targets, Jasara plus quantum technology, Farmer's Plan plus quantum, T-SARA breaking free of the system. Think open source, stellar for the people. So here's another one, another big stellar advocate. This is, okay, now I'm getting some good stuff. The whole hoax has been perpetuated by, okay, you know what? I'm going to put this on the Intel channel. It's about how it's basically saying the Georgia Guidestone, but within a little more detail. I'm going to also put that, the post that I just read, I'm putting that on the Intel channels so you can look at it yourself. Now, what's this? If 10 days, 11/17 start, then 10 days of light would start on November 27th. It's the 331st day of the year. Think a president from 1963's license plate, 33164, ending on December 7th. December 7th equals 55. Boss, laws, game on, bomber, watch, savage, trap, decode, Keck, JR, 331 in gematria, but the greatest of these is love equals 331. I don't accept this, their savior. If you want to believe it, that's fine, but I don't know why people have to constantly push that on you, on me, but that's their thing. And I respect it. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, it's not a Jewish way. Okay. I mean, just be respectful of us. Just say, you know what? The Jews don't believe in that. And it's okay. It's okay that they don't believe in it, because you're not going to convince somebody who really knows about Judaism. And if you do, it's not a good thing. A Jewish soul, anyway, I'm not going there. It's not my thing. Listen to Tuvia Singer. Runbeck, Dominion, SOS officers, investigators, research, whistleblowers, patriots in trusted positions. Trust yourself. You have seen the truth. Time to show the world. Focus. Ascension. That's pretty cool. The 18th of November. The Friday is the 5th of November on the Julian calendar. 11/22. Wow. 11/22 is when the president was removed from the planet, and 11/9 is the Julian calendar, 9/11, boom. So that is Tuesday. Wait, is that right? Tuesday. Yeah. Remember Tuesday in Genesis, which is shared by all three major Abrahamic traditions, says tov, good, twice. And the gematria of the word tov is 17. 2 times 17 is 34. There are 34 buildings. I don't like to go crazy with gematria. But that's Jewish gematria. It's a little bit different, but not really. Anyway, okay, let me go on. You are forgetting how quickly things can happen. Remember, in the blink of an eye, everything will be flipped on its head. That is not a joke. We are close, so freaking close. Read carefully. I could always be wrong. Just keep open mind. I doubt it will be. Okay, I'm going to put this on the Intel channels, and I want to just read this. 11/25 Friday, cyber attacks from Russia will hit the United States, causing ICE 9, keyword ICE, full-blown credit freeze, cash freeze, and liquidity crisis. Blackout. 10 days. Lights off, lights on 11/4/22. We go 12/4, 12/5, 12/6, 3, 2, 1. Overnight, 12/8 to 12/9. 12/10 really is just 22/22, because we add 12 plus and we get 22, cycle complete. So My friend Yosef could be right that Friday is right. Is Friday the 25th? Yeah, Friday is the 25th. That could be, he was saying like it's Black Friday, man. He's saying the blackouts are coming on Friday. This is from a special needs person who's absolutely pure soul. I mean, he has no evil. He doesn't understand. He probably doesn't even understand the concept because he's been so well taught by his parents to do the right thing. Someday I'll, when it's all said and done, maybe I'll get to make a video with Yosef and you'll get to meet him in person. But he is, he's a force to be reckoned with. Okay. So let me just see this other post. It says tomorrow, which is today, President JB is gone. 33 years and 33 days after Gerald Ford said the first female president would come only when the male one dies first on October 18th, 1989. You will have 4 days. During those 4 days, the masses will be distracted. Thursday, exchanges will collapse and Tether will collapse, causing XRP to rise on the 328th day of the year. 328, 3 plus 2 plus 8 is 13, 1322, value unlocked. 11/24/22 is the 85th day of fall. XRP equals 58. 85 mirrored, all under President Kamala Harris, 58 years old. Again, XRP equals 58. The current moon phase for November 24th is the waxing crescent phase. On this day, the moon is a third old and 0.1% illuminated. See that 13 again? 11/25 Friday, cyber attacks from Russia will hit the United States, causing ICE 9, full-blown credit freeze, cash freeze, and liquidity crisis. Okay. Cool. How cool is that, man? I'm going to post that as well. You can read it for yourself. They're saying things are heating up. Oh, sorry. I know there's somebody out there who really gets offended but I sneezed, man. It's nothing I can do about it. CNBC just removed the video where Thomas Petterfly said, "We were dangerously close to the collapse of the entire system." I don't know what's keeping it up. I honestly don't. In a matter of hours, okay, I'm going to post this. I'm not going to say it out loud, but it's about the selection process. Eye of the Storm. Stormy, Patriot Joe, and Absolute Truth began dissecting the drops from the start. Along with going over the drops, they will also be covering current events and how these future events prove the past. Ability to share, heal on who, full transparency, D-class, undiscovered facts emerge, ability to move forward, Occam's razor. White House activated T's Twitter and Facebook 4 hours before B's 80th birthday. So Twitter and Facebook reactivate T at the same time. We are the puppet masters now. Patriots are in full control. You didn't think this was a coincidence, did you? Stage set. Characterized by a paranoid group radical superiority delusion, others think the leaders of the Khazarian mafia are the bloodline of Cain, that is, children of Cain. They are the devil's own, and they have absolutely no soul or human conscience, but are pure predators like a wild beast, while at the same time being incredibly two-faced, that is able to put on a good con and a nice face on the outside. Perhaps it could be both factors. In any case, it is time to expose this evil, the greatest evil the world has ever experienced. It is time for the world to work together to eradicate this problem now and forever by whatever means necessary. Okay, I'm going to post that and this other post. This is pretty good intel we're getting now. So go to the intel channel. Okay, I'm putting this. Now there's another long post. Let's see what this is about. The super elite was alerted by Michael Shrimpton's phone call. Go time. Okay, got it. Elon said that his engineers are working on it. Wait a minute. Wait, that's not the post. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, okay. Silver in front of the undervalued. So there's a post from Mr. T saying that the front undervalued on the planet has been money from human history, and it sits at 16.50 an ounce. Sad. So yeah, so that's, for some people, that's really hot, man. Silver's going to go up. It's probably going to moon. Diplomatic pouches and shipments during Biden. Okay, I'm going to put this and flying over synagogues. I mean, this is not a Jewish thing, man. These are the bad boys. They have nothing to do with Judaism. That an Israeli city buster was planted near the Olympic Stadium. This call wrongly landed him in jail. The city buster was recovered in the nuclear snake eaters who entered England and recovered and disarmed a large city buster. Sadly, M16 wanted this nuke detonated in order to gain more power for the KM in England, their home base in the City of London financial district, since it has been losing power fast. A secret name for the KM chieftains, which run much of the world out of the City of London, is Gog and Magog. Despite so many historians believe the secret name is Russia, which it is not, it is the secret name of top KM, and apparently represents where they originally came from. The secret team of super elite nuclear snake eaters is ready to be deployed in Israel anytime, should the nation collapse, after most European corporations divest from Israel and the U.S. cuts off all aid in order to comply with American law. It is illegal to give aid to a nation that has nukes, which has not signed the Nuclear Proliferation Agreement. Israel has nukes detectable from satellites. We must all demand that our Congress and administration obey the law and immediately cut off all monetary aid and military aid to Israel and arrest all Israeli espionage front directors from AIPAC, JINSA, the Defense, and the Joint in New York City, the ADL, etc. It is unknown but suspected that a significant number of these stolen nukes have already been recovered. It is reported by insiders that a very solemn message was communicated to Bibi and the Likud, as well as the top members of the Israeli espionage front in America like AIPAC and JINSA, the Defense Policy Board, and ADL and the like. What was the serious warning? If insider reports are accurate, these folks were told that if there is one more Israeli-based false flag attack, those who ordered it were involved will be hunted down under American national security and eliminated. And the Israeli defense structures associated with such will be turned to dust. The rest of the Roth person KM history will likely be determined by you. The future of the KM will likely be determined by veterans today, readers, and we the people who learn the secret forbidden history of the KM that was excised from the history books and libraries by the KM to protect their evil history so no one suspect it was known. So share this story with your family, friends, and associates and make it viral. Be clear about this. Unless the KM is able to operate in abject secrecy, it will be attacked from all sides and destroyed forever. So take away their secrecy by exposing their hidden history for all Americans to know and understand. That is why they work so hard to buy up and control the CMM and public mass education, including colleges and universities, to make sure the people of the world would never find out about their secret evil, which is so inhuman, so homicidal that the whole world would gang up on them and attack them from all sides at every level they exist at. The big question remains, was the true cause of leaders of the Khazarian mafia's incredible evil and savagery towards the human race a byproduct or nature by nurture? Some believe that this gross parasitum, an inclination to mass murder, engage in things against kids, is due to toxic culture, best as described as malignant tribalism. I wouldn't say that. I think these people I think they're evil by nature. I'm going to post this. Their days of anti-human power are now limited because of the sun, because evil cannot exist. It has nothing, no real reality. It's only against. It's always an opposing force. So in the light of information, in the light of the sun, they wither and die. Their days of anti-human power are now limited. The secret, incredibly well-trained U.S. team called the Nuclear Snake Eaters is now hard at work searching all incoming Israeli diplomatic pouches and shipments, driving by and flying over synagogues of Israel. Remember, this is not a Jewish thing. The new Israeli occupation force called Homeland Security was initially run by dual citizens and perverts. The DHS director, Janet Neapolitano, is being sued for sexual harassment of men working at the DAS, who she ordered to move their offices to the men's lavatory. It's not funny. Dual citizen trader Michael Chertoff, a name translated from Russia as the son of the devil, was also the mastermind that set up the DHS, along with the former head of the East German Stasi, Marcus Wolf, who was hired as a special consultant. Okay, the KM never thought they would be exposed for their nuclear attack on America, 9/11, but made one of the biggest tactical mistakes in history and overplayed their hand from excess hubris based on too much easy success due to their extreme money power in the past. Soon, mainstream America will know that Bibi and his Likudist party deployed the attack on America 9/11 on behalf of the Roth kids. Okay, so this is some interesting information I'm going to post on our Intel channels. Remember, it's KGF Intel Posts Only and Kabbalah Guru. That's spelled KABBALAH, Kabbalah Guru. I'm posting all this intel. There's more. I don't think I'm going to have time to read all this. Okay, here's an interview with Bibi from the 1990s. all on the intel. Please join our Telegram channels. There is another one. I can't possibly read this all. To dumb down mind control of the masses. Okay, this everything I'm posting on the intel channels. Besides, I'm running out of time, and I have to like get moving, especially if Friday is Black Friday. This just goes on and on about how they took over the medical schools. I'm posting this all. I can't possibly read this all. Maybe tonight I'll get to read a little more. This is like, yeah, I mean, the information here is staggering. It's just, even for me, it's going to be, it's a long read. I'm just posting everything here. It's on the 2 intel channels. I want to talk about my Telegram channels briefly. It just keeps coming through their network, through opium and drug trafficking, and this just goes on and on. So I'm posting as much as I can. Really should just go to the channel yourself. I don't want to baby you guys. Okay, yeah, and eventually, right? So you can read the fall of what's that thing in anyway, there's a great series on Rumble. Okay, so I just want to mention briefly our Telegram channels. Why? Because we have a Telegram channel that's for support if you're feeling uncomfortable and nobody wants to talk to you, and all the normies are out to lunch and they're like, that you can get support there. You can have friends there. You can find people to talk to there 24/7. The other one is for finding your people in your area that you can hang with, or your potential soulmates. Okay. We have at least 2 couples have come together on this channel, and that makes me very happy. That means there's a possibility for a number of people that are aligned to this viewpoint to come together and be fruitful and multiply. Okay, even though a lot of us are older, well, hopefully with the med beds, we'll be, our wives will be running from us once again. We'll be, anyway. Yeah, right. So, and then we have 2 intel channels. We have a prayer channel. We have meditation channels. Everything is in the show more. Please check out this product, ACEA. I really like it. I'm going to be making a video with some guys who really know about this stuff. It's in the show more below. You can contact somebody and they'll give you information about it. You can try it out yourself. There's also a cool water filter, very cool water filter, where you can adjust the pH so you can have alkaline water. I read yesterday, cancer cannot survive in an alkaline body. That means slightly basic, not acidic. If you have an acidic body, and they're saying that this blows my mind. All diseases, there's bacterial diseases, and then there's these diseases. All these diseases are made by man. Okay, time to wake up, man. We got to wake up. We can't look to the normies. We can't say, if only they would wake up. I just have to be the best I can be. I have to wear a smile in battle. When I go to the grocery store, smile a little, smile at somebody, encourage people, tell people it's going to be okay. You're doing great. Just keep going. Tell everyone you see, just encourage them, man. People are like hurting, man, big time. So that's all in the show more. Join Jason Shirka's channel. You can take my Kabbalah course if you join his channel. It's a lot cheaper if you join his channel. You can, I think it's like $5 or something a month, and you can take my Kabbalah Guru course on how to really connect with your divine purpose. Check out Gila's channel. Gila has a second channel now. Her first channel was taken down, so check out Gila's channel, also in the show more. Her book is excellent. Everything, Gila and I do things. We are one. We're just one like force were, Orthodox Jewish kids. I think of myself as a kid. I'm sorry, even though I'm in my 60s, were kids who are like kind of like understand the big picture here. It's like, a lot of people on both sides of the equation are sleepwalking right now, man. And we just got to we got to do for the world. We have to turn the world on its head and shake them up a little bit. But really, how do you do that? Just with a smile and some good health. So I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to go try to move forward on my movement, on my moving, and just have a great day. I will see you tonight. And I have a video coming out in probably like about an hour and 15 minutes. So be like Yitzhak, dig your wells, man. You got a source. It's all there. All I have to do is do my own research, connect myself, man, connect with God. It just, like Gila says, man, when you love, you're loving God. So, and even when you're going through uncomfortable things, it's still God reaching out to you. So everything is from God. Everything is good. Tuesday is good twice. Friday is Black Friday, as my friend Yosef says. That's when all the black hats are going down. He could be right. All right. We'll see you. May the force be with you. And God bless.